YouTube released a new beta that has people asking, is YouTube going to become pay to play? It's called the Promotions tab, and to get all of the details, I sat down with Rene Ritchie, YouTube's Creator Liaison. So there's been a lot of hubbub around this decision and some creators freaking out.
I would push back gently on creators are freaking out. I think some creators are freaking out. I think there's some creators who are like, finally, why did it take you so long to do this?
Rene, what is the Promotions tab exactly?
It takes a traditional Google ad system, which is like, one of the foundations of Google, and it just wraps it up nicely for creators. It's something that creators have always been able to do. It's just they've had to go through Google and like a Google Ads account to do it. You'll still need a Google Ads account, but if you have one and it's something you want to do, you'll now be able to access it easily inside Creator Studio and through an interface that I think is just way friendlier for creators.
There's been a lot of hubbub around this decision, and some creators kind of freaking out because they saw it as YouTube saying, pay us more money.
Yeah, so I think that's like, I understand that. As a creator, I absolutely understand that because I lived through the whole like pivot to video era, and I'm acutely aware of, pretty much every platform that you post on now has a big promote button on top of it. And you never really know what that, like the implication is because it's so front and center. The thing I've always liked about YouTube, and I don't mean this to sound self-serving at all because I've been a creator on YouTube way longer than I've worked at YouTube, is that they've clearly sort of defined the lines. Like, for example, monetization does not impact search and discovery. If you can turn ads off, you can turn ads on. Your video will still be like, will have just as much chance to be discovered, to be recommended as any other video. And this is similar. Like, this does not affect organic reach at all. There have been bad experiences for creators in the past where we've literally been told, okay, all these people who joined your group, we're only going to show it to 10 or 20% of them organically. And for every percentage you want above that, you'll have to like literally pay for promotion. And we're not changing anything about how discovery, search, any of that works. This is specifically for creators who have a business or content strategy reason that they would already consider using Google Ads to promote their videos. This is just a much easier, more accessible, and I think more like straightforward, understandable way to do it.
I gotta say, I mean, we have run YouTube ads ourselves, and it's a beast. Like, it is a difficult thing to do. And so from my perspective, I kind of appreciate that you're making it a little simpler, a little easier to navigate within our videos and getting that into ads. Now, in terms of getting them to perform, that's another story, but that's not what this topic is about. And we are going to talk about best practices in order for you to think about what types of content you want to actually do this with. Why do you think that creators are freaking out about this decision, and why did they jump to this conclusion?
So I think I would push back gently on creators are freaking out. I think some creators are freaking out. I think there's some creators who are like, finally, why did it take you so long to do this? And I think it depends. Like, the creators are a whole spectrum. Like, you know this better than anybody. Like, there's creators who self-identify as artists who want nothing to do with like money or business or growth. They just want a platform to share their voice with the world. And there are people who like identify as like mercenary business people. They don't care about art at all. They just want to like, I want to get this and sell my thing and do my thing. And there's a whole range of people in between who wrestle with artistry versus commerce all the time. So I think there's some people who really are like, finally, why did you make it so hard for so long? But there are others who just have had bad experiences on other platforms. I think it's perfectly reasonable for them to wonder or worry about this. And it's literally our job to help people understand that we're not taking anything away from you. The way your videos performed yesterday is the way they're going to perform tomorrow. This is just a tool that you can use if and when it makes sense for your business.
By the way, if you want to ask Rene your own burning questions about this or anything else YouTube related, I'm hosting a live Q&A with him soon. Link is in the description, so click that get reminder button. And if you miss it, definitely watch the replay. Leave your own comments and questions there. All right, so you say it's not pay to play, but the rebuttal to that and what people are also saying is, well, yeah, but, right? YouTube could decide one day to do this, and maybe this is just the first step in that. Other platforms have done it, so why wouldn't YouTube? So how do we look at the future of this, Rene?
Yeah, I think that's a totally fair question. I think, you can never predict the future, and creators are notoriously, like, we thrive on other people's platforms. I post on every platform there is. I think you post on a lot of platforms as well.
Yeah.
And we're giving up a little bit of our control for a lot of those platforms' reach. So in a way, like we always feel a little bit beholden to decisions that are made like beyond any of our controls. I think that's totally fair. I think if we just look at YouTube's history, like the partner program launched in 2007, I think, and it was incredibly important because YouTube believes at the core that creators are the heart of YouTube, that we only succeed if we succeed together. And that's that ideal pushed for the partners program and revenue sharing, and through like revenue sharing for shorts now, and for the belief that the algorithm, like the core belief that the algorithm should never be influenced by money or monetization. And those are principles that we've stuck with. And you can never speak to the future, but I think the history that YouTube has and sort of the relationship and partnership we have with creators should never, like, I will never say like just give your trust over to a company, but I think like if you're planning your business based on YouTube's future behavior, our past behavior is probably the best indicator you have for that.
Okay, fair point. Past behavior is a strong indicator. At the same time, I think we have to realize that we're in a partnership, right, with YouTube or any platform that we put content on. The creator has content that the platform needs to exist, and the platform has an audience that we creators need to get in front of. And my thought is with any partnership of any kind, things can and will change. So that's why it's really important that we build using the platform monetization options like the YouTube Partner Program. And we also build a very solid business off the platform to not have all of our eggs in one basket.
Yeah, like if I take my YouTube hat off for a minute, put my creator hat on, that's what I did too. Like I post my videos on YouTube, but on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Nebula, so that I reach like a wider audience. And I had Patreon and YouTube memberships turned on before I started working at YouTube. I turned that all off when I started working at YouTube, just because I didn't want to build like a community when I couldn't be there totally present for them. But I ran Patreon and I ran memberships, and I had off-platform merchandise available on this planet, I guarantee you, but off-platform merchandise. And I think that's just a diversification strategy that all creators have to consider.
Yeah, Harris Heller actually said this recently in a video, and I fully agree with it. Build your channel based on you, not the platform. We use the platforms, right? But and you as a creator as well understand the need to build the channel based on our personalities and connection with the community that we're building, so that as you pivot or as things change with the platform or anything else, your own decisions, let's take some responsibility here and not put it on all of the platforms. But I think it's really important that we think of it in that respect as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the same sort of way you can look at like sponsored, not sponsored, promoted content. It's a tool that you can use. For example, like some people might have a brand deal that's based on not on conversion but on views, and they don't think they're organically going to reach that, but they're making enough money off the brand deal that spending part of that money on promoted reach makes a lot of sense to them. Like that's just basic arbitrage at that point. Or it could be that you're trying something new. You have a very specific product that you're showcasing in that video, and you want to reach beyond your organic audience because you think the product is so compelling. And again, it's going to convert for you at a much higher rate than any ad spend you put behind it. Or it could just be that you want to get you want to target a very specific audience, and it's not an audience that you reach to sufficient extent organically. And you're like, I know like this video is a bit of an outlier. I'm really invested in it, and I want to get my message to that audience. And like that is more important to you than whatever ad spend you put behind it. So I just look at it as a tool to help you in those, like where the value delivered is more than the cost occurred to you.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Really important to think about that. And at the end of the day, as we create content on the platform, we're trying to build a business on the back end, and any business runs with a marketing budget or an ad budget, right? And so it's very important to kind of think about that. I would absolutely spend money to drive specifically to a call to action, to generate leads, to generate sales during a promotion or anything like that. And we've also actually done ads where we place that on our own channel to serve as kind of that ad placement, as well as in front of other audiences and channels. So there's a lot of reasons to do do it. It's not right for everybody. And what it sounds to me like is YouTube is just making it easier and not actually, I mean, obviously YouTube's making more money on that by making it easier, right? Let's just call it what it is. But it's not forcing you to do so in order to get results.
Yeah, like in an ideal world, you have this amazing product that you've dreamed up and you're super confident in it and you have your audience, but you know that it appeals to an audience far beyond your own, maybe a specific audience, maybe a general audience, and you just really want to get it in front of those people. And you just don't, there's like not a banger video that you can figure out that would do that for you. You can use this promotion tab for that. No, but then
not everybody knows that term.
Oh, a banger video, like a high performance viral video, like a video is going to get millions and millions of views and get in front of an incredibly broad audience. Like not everybody, like that might be a lot more work than just putting some promotion behind it. And then literally everybody wins. I mean, like you're making your money, people are getting a great product, Google is selling ads. It's like the best case scenario.
Is there anybody who should not be using the promotions tab or anyone it's wrong for?
Yeah, I think if you are trying to use it in place of organic growth, like I think it's great to extend organic growth to reach beyond your audience, to reach specific audiences like we talked about. But if you're just frustrated that you're not reaching any audience and you think you can sort of like buy your way into audience, I think that then it becomes a little bit dangerous because you might end up feeling like you always have to do that. Like you don't build up the skills to grow an audience organically, or it might feel like less effort than learning the skills or putting in the time and growing an audience. But I don't think it can ever replace an organic audience. I think it really is for targeted specific needs. And if you want, like, you should still learn all the basic things about how to make better videos and how to make like videos that people want to binge on and how to make how to understand your audience and give them more videos to love. Like all those basic skills should be growing your audience. And then the promoted tab can help you with very specific things along the way, but don't let it rob you of learning those skills.
Well, and not learning the basic skills, when you spend money to get attention and get an audience, it's not going to work anyway because the same principles apply to sponsored content and not, right?
You'll be serving bad sponsored
content. If YouTube sees... Yeah, exactly. If YouTube sees me spend, a bunch of money, is that going to then affect the organic content? You said it didn't affect organic content, but if another platform that I can think of, if I spend a whole bunch of money, is there any potential that then YouTube says, oh, you're willing to pay us, hello, right? And kind of hurting our organic.
Yeah, I think like the team at Search and Discovery considers that like sacred, sacrosanct, and they wouldn't want to violate the sanctity of Search and Discovery because it's such an important thing for YouTube, and how like Discovery recommends videos and ranks videos and personalizes for them. Like if you introduce a disruptive force, like at the end of the day, their job is to make people satisfied, to make people happy, to show you the videos that you are most likely to enjoy when you show up on YouTube. And anything that hurts hurts the entire platform. So not only like I don't think philosophically we would ever do that, it would hurt YouTube to an extent that I don't think we could tolerate doing that. So I think organic is always going to be organic. And if there are people that you reach through promoted who decide they love your content as well, then there might be some transfer from ads to organic. Like if they watch that video, like, oh, I love this creator, I'm clicking on their channel, I'm going and I'm going to start watching those videos, and that enters into watch history and recommendation goes, oh, this person's binging this channel, we're going to start recommending more, and they keep with you. I think it can positively affect recommendations. But I think otherwise it's just like, this is the ad stream and this is the Search and Discovery stream, and never the twain shall they meet.
Okay. Any other words of caution?
No, I just think like if it is something that interests you, like there are some people who are just so ad savvy. Like this is not my forte. I'm not like really business savvy at all. I'm more towards the artsy end of creating. Mm-hmm. But I think like there are ad wizards out there who are going to just love this, like just the ability to do this like with a convenience level they never had before. But like just if you think it's going to help you, if you have specific goals, test it out, see how it works for you. If it works really well, lean in. If it doesn't work really well, maybe learn more about how ads, like social ads, work in general, because they exist across platforms.
Yeah.
Or work on your content until it reaches a point where you think like the promotion might help you. But like just because the tab's there, you don't have to use it. Be smart, be tactical, and always like just try to be better at try to be better at your content and your channel. I know that's very like amorphous, but I think that's what helps us all grow at the end.
What was your biggest takeaway from this video? Leave a comment. I want you to participate in this conversation. And don't forget, I'm hosting a live Q&A with Rene, so you can ask him anything. Hit subscribe and the reminder button on the link in the description. And it's also linked to here, and you'll find other helpful tips with Rene here.